Hi, I'm Lottie, and today I'm going to be reviewing the R9s Plus. But before that, our friends at RedPoint Brewery are going to show us how to make a beer.
To the beat, to the beat, to the beat.
I'm here with Spencer, who's one of the co-founders, who's going to give us a tour of the facilities. So, Spencer, tell me a quick history of RedPoint Brewing Company.
Okay, so RedPoint Brewing Company, about 5 years ago, one of my good friends, Doug Pierce, whom you'll meet later, he and I started home brewing because in Taiwan there wasn't a lot of choice in beer, so we decided to start making our own. From that, we kind of fell in love with making beer.
Cool.
So what we did is we started at the home brew level. We're making about 20 liters in one go, and then from there we're like, you know what, this can get pretty good. And so we started giving it to our friends because we started making more and more, and they started saying, this beer's getting pretty good. Never think about selling it. So we had to think about it. We're like, you know what? Yeah, let's give it a try. So Doug and I started RedPoint Brewing in 2013 as a company, and then we took our recipe to a contract brewer who helped us make our beer for about 1.5 years. And the response from the Taiwan market was so good, we said, you know what? Let's build even our own brewery. And so about 1.5 years ago, we built this facility where you're at now, and we've just been making beer out of it ever since.
Awesome. So what was your first craft beer?
Our first beer was called, and it's still our flagship beer today, it's called the Thai PA.
Okay.
It is our in-house IPA,
Yeah.
And we're quite proud of it because it was actually Taiwan's very first IPA. Up until then, no one really thought a hoppy beer would work in Taiwan, but we said, you know what, let's give it a shot, and it just took off. So that's our flagship beer, the Thai PA.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And is working at a brewery different to how you thought it would be?
We like to emphasize the handcrafted part of it.
Okay.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
From brew day to packaging, we're a part of all of that, from cleaning the fermenters, everything. But it's a labor of love. Thank
you so much, Doug, for giving us a wonderful tour of your facilities and for letting us taste your beers.
Absolutely, and thank you for letting me introduce it. Cheers.
Cheers. So the operating system of this phone is Android 6.1 Marshmallow, and the processor is Snapdragon 653. All my apps run very smoothly on this phone, and I have had no problems with the speed. I would say the audio quality of this phone is very good, and OPPO provide a nice set of in-ear headphones, which was a pleasant surprise. Both the front and rear camera are pretty decent at 16 megapixels each. My photos have come out quite nicely, better than they did on the R9s. I particularly enjoyed the beauty filter on the selfie function, which, as you can imagine, has a sort of airbrushing effect, but was a little disappointed with the photo editing capabilities. I was really impressed by the battery life of this phone. It takes just over half an hour to fully charge from flat, and it lasts for a whole day, even with me Snapchatting pretty relentlessly. The OPPO R9s Plus was released in October 2016. Amazon have listed it at $560 US, but retail stores are selling it at around 600. I've got to say, even though I've really enjoyed using this phone, I would probably wait for it to go on sale, as the only real differences I can see between this one and the R9s is the slightly better camera and the bigger screen size. Thank you RedPoint Brewery for giving us the awesome tour of your facilities, and thank you OPPO for sending me the phone. This has been Lottie for Tech Sector 886.
To the beat, to the beat, to the beat.